Hi there, welcome back to the Social Contract Research Network. This video is a little bit different to the other videos posted on this channel so far. What I'd love to do in this video is take you behind the scenes in a project that we're working on at the moment. We're calling it the Social Contract Research Observatory. And it's a way of extracting information from Twitter about what people are talking about in relation to the social contract at any given time, and presenting that in an easily accessible way to researchers and to anyone else who's interested in the social contract. So let's have a look. Let me take you, if I could, on a tour of the Social Contract Research Observatory. When you go to the site and click on the link, you'll see this page. At the top of the page here, you can see a graph, and the graph shows the latest 2,000 tweets broken down by hour, how many tweets per hour. It updates every hour, and therefore it's a rolling sense of how much people are tweeting about the social contract at the moment. Moving down, you've got a list of the 5 most retweeted tweets among the past 2,000 tweets mentioning the social contract, with the number of retweets for each of those tweets. As you can see at the moment, one tweet about vaccine passports has been dominating the count, and it has been dominating for the last couple of days as I record this video. Then you've got the top 5 hashtags for the latest 2,000 tweets about the social contract, with the number of occurrences for each of those hashtags. And below that, there's the proportion of tweets to retweets for these past 2,000 tweets. Now, the location data on the right is interactive. You can hover your mouse over any particular country or state to see the count for that particular area. Now, this part of the dashboard is really interesting, but it's also incomplete at this stage. It's interesting because it gives an insight into the geographical ebbs and flows of interest in the social contract over time. For example, I'm looking at it over the past couple of days, it's been neck and neck between California and New York State for the state that's tweeting most about the social contract. And just in the past couple of hours, Texas has begun to rise up in those stakes as well. But this geographical part of the dashboard is incomplete because at the moment, it's only Anglophone. The page is picking up mentions of quote-unquote social contract, but not contrat social or Gesellschaftsvertrag, for example. And that's obviously a problem because the world is not Anglophone, and important things happen in relation to the social contract that are not happening in English-speaking countries. And so one thing that we'd like to do to improve this dashboard as a matter of priority is to include extra languages. We're keen to include as many languages as we can. So if you are a speaker of another language and you'd like to volunteer an hour or so of your time to help us translate this dashboard into your language, please email us in the address in the show notes, and we'd love to work with you to put this dashboard in as many languages as we can, and therefore to capture more and more of what's going on in a truly global way in relation to the social contract. Dropping down a bit further, we've got some more immediate information. So now, not the last 2,000 tweets, but just the last hour. What's been tweeted about in relation to the social contract in the last hour? And what are the top hashtags in relation to the social contract in the last hour? And then right at the bottom here, we drill down further into the tweets. We're looking for trends over time. At the moment, the big theme is vaccine passports, and it has been for a while now. As well as this desktop version, there's also a mobile-friendly version of the dashboard. And there's links to both of them in the show notes. The vision of the Social Contracts Research Network has always had 3 parts. The first part is historical. Where did this idea of the social contract come from? What are its historical antecedents? What is it drawing on? And how did it evolve over time? The second part of the vision is philosophical. What sort of philosophical work is this idea of the social contract doing, and what philosophical concepts is it borrowing? And the third part of the vision is contemporary. Both how people are using this term nowadays, but also how the idea of the social contract shapes people's lived experience and allows people to articulate ideas and feelings that they have. And the Social Contract Research Observatory is a really important part of this third aspect of the vision. It's a window on how social contract language is being used today, what people mean when they talk about the social contract, what arenas social contract language is being deployed in. And therefore, it's a really important part of the work that we're doing here in the network. So there you have the Social Contract Research Observatory dashboard. Our intention is that it's a first jumping off point, both for researchers and for interested members of the general public who are keen to see what's happening in relation to the social contract right now on Twitter. We're also looking at some more historical data. So this, for example, is a graph of all the tweets mentioned in the social contract since Twitter was launched. And here's a breakdown within those tweets of how often the main classic social contract theorists are mentioned. If you've got an idea for how we can expand or improve the Research Observatory dashboard, then we'd love to hear from you. Please send us a comment. Please use the email address in the show notes. Thank you.